Hey, Shalom Israel. This is the Isupk coming out of One West, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. We are not affiliated with no other Israelite group, period. Not only that, we are not affiliated with no other Israelite group, period. I am Officer Kananya. Going to be speaking about brotherhood today. I know y'all used to seeing me on Mondays, but I have been switched to Tuesdays to teach the Brotherhood class. My brother Tabaka Nas is going to be teaching history class on Monday. And I want to get started by saying, wake up, Israel. It is now high time to wake up. Put away with all the stuff that don't matter. Things are going on out here in the world where it should open your eyes, even though I'm saying, or we've been saying, open your eyes. Things are going on out here in the world where you should open your eyes and realize that it is now is nearing the end. World War III is at hand. If you can, I don't want to say if you can, make this your, how do I say, make this your duty to smooth out everything with your brothers, the people that you got friction with, the people that you are into it with, if they your race or nationality, or if they're the same tribe as you, if they a part of the 12 tribes of Israel. Now is the time to smooth things out. Now is the time to put away them grudges you've been holding. Forgive your brother for that. Realize that the only way you will survive is if you come together. Let me make sure this mic on, Salakia. Okay. Yeah, realize that the only way you will survive is together as one. Gather yourselves together, like Zephaniah 2:1 says. Gather yourselves together. O nation not desired. These are the people that's not desired by the earth. But we are the first fired, last hired. We to blame for everything. The devil that the Bible speak of, which is the white man, he puts all his agendas on us. But then in the news, he making it seem like he's there to help us, which is totally not the case. So you should want to fix things with your brother. You should want to come together with your brother and brainstorm ideas on how to live righteous, how to survive this place they call America, how to basically prepare yourself for anything with your brother. Because what if you need something but your brother has it, and you have something that your brother needs? Y'all can do that trading, but none of that will go on if you in friction with your brother. None of that will go on if you want to fight your brother. None of that will go on if you at the point where you need to physically harm your brother. You have to forgive him, especially if it's something minor. Now I know brothers fight all the time. Well, it's high time to forget about all that and forgive your brother, because if we don't forgive our brothers and our sisters for things that's forgivable. Now I get it. Some things you can't forgive. Some things it takes a little more time to forgive. If we can't forgive our brothers and our sisters for the minor things, or for the things that can be forgiven, then we will never be able to come together and get about this place. Realize that this place is against us, against the 12 tribes of Israel. So when this place is against us, it comes with little things to make us go against each other, whether it be money. You looking at your brother and he got a better house than you, a better car than you, a better just jealousy, envy, things that make you hate your brother. You should forgive that. Things that you can't control, You have to forgive that, because that's the thing that brotherhood speaks of. That's the thing that shows brotherhood. That's the thing that shows your brother that you love him, and also you will treat him as as your own, or as you want to be treated, which is with love, care, kindness. You will want to teach your brother knowledge. You will want to teach your brother ways to overcome obstacles in his life, and vice versa. He will try to teach you things to come to overcome obstacles in your life. That's what brotherhood is all about. Um, you have to stand with your brother in all righteousness. Anything righteous, you have to be behind that brother 100%, and follow rank order. If your brother outranks you, then you have to con out of one con, and say it loudly, because sometimes, I think I even got this problem. Sometimes I kind of one con a little low, but it's now time where you con out of one con that brother in highness, and show him that you respect him. Show him that you love, and not only that, you will protect them with your life. You have to show these people, your brother and your sister, that you would not only give your life for them, but you will live for them, if that makes any sense. Wake up, Israel. It's time to come together. It been time to come together, but now it's more than ever. I know you see what's going on throughout the earth. Israel is steady being bombed. Israel is steady being, persecuted. The people over there is being unalived, kidnapped. What else? Anything you could think of that's negative is happening. It's happening in Israel. Now, I know you saying people over there ain't the real Jews. Of course not. But these things are happening in our land. We have to be aware of that. And it's only a matter of time where it circles around and comes to America. Or it circles around and start happening in parts of America, and start showing us that not only that it's the end of times, but it's getting closer and closer to a house near you, to a city near you. And we have to prepare for that. That's why I said you have to. That's why I started this class on. You have to forgive your brothers and your sisters out there. If you have a little grudge with your sister, or your mother, whether it be your mother, your father, brothers in the school, sisters in the school, you have to forgive that and move on, because we need each other more than ever nowadays. It's high time. Things in the earth is happening. Things in the earth is showing you that the Lord dislikes strongly what's happening in this earth. Whether it be men acting feminine, women acting masculine, women want to transition into men, men want to transition into women. That's nothing but confusion. It confuses the generations under us, which is the kids. Now they see that stuff and think that it's okay when it's not. They see that stuff, and it makes them tolerant to that type of stuff, when the Bible is against that stuff. So we have to denounce that type of thing, and live with order. So men supposed to be masculine and powerful in everything they do. Speech, teaching the scriptures, ruling over the household. The list goes on and on. And women should be feminine and, gentle. What else qualities? Listens to their husband. Because it all got to do with rank and order. You know what I mean? In the household is God, Yahweh, men, women, then children. You have to follow that order to the T. And how that relates to brotherhood. If a man outranks you, you have to follow his orders. If a man asks you to do something, now you can hand work down, but if it's a personal task that a man above you is appointing you to do specifically, you have to do that task. Brotherhood is it starts with forgiveness. It starts with respect. It starts with um just treating a brother as your own. If you go out to a place somewhere, you have to keep an eye on your brother. You have to. It's That's how you show brotherhood. That it's how we came, is how we leaving. If we came here together, two standing tall, walking in straight, that's how we leaving. If we came here together, then we get in a fight. Both of y'all should get in that fight. Both of y'all should, uh, suffer the consequences of getting into a fight. That's only brotherhood. Not only that, you have to support your brother in the endeavors that he does in righteousness. You have to basically, if like I was saying before, if you have a personal grudge against your brother, if you have anything personal, you pull that brother to the side and you say, "Hey, man, look, you offended me with this. I felt offended with this." That's only brotherhood. Salakia, hold on 1 second. Let me grab a water real fast. Salakia. That's what brotherhood is all about. Forgiveness. Forgiveness, support. The man outranks you, following orders, treating that man as you would want him to treat you. What I say? So I said support. I said order. Just being able to be counted on if that man needs you. Being able to just be there for your brother if he in need. Advice is one of them. You can give your brother advice if he needs it. Just showing brotherhood, whether it be breaking bread, sitting down, having a drink with your brother, having a talk with your brother, uh, whether it be a social gathering with your brothers. Your brother running low on cash or low on food or some, and if you got it, I'm not saying put yourself in debt, or give what you don't have. If you have it, then you should spread that love to your brother or your sister. You should spread that love if you have the means. Don't put yourself in the hole to do that for another brother. That's still showing brotherhood, but now it's putting you in a hole. I'm saying if you have it, if you have the means to, then show that brotherhood and get that to that brother or sister. Especially if they show signs of being able to pay you back in a timely fashion, or being able to be trusted, if they able to like I said, showing that brother or sisterhood where they can be trusted and give you your things back in a timely fashion. Or if you have it all the way, or if you balling out of control, as they say, you can get that brother that and then say, don't even worry about it. And then the Lord will bless you tenfold if you do something like that. He will bless you tenfold if you don't do something like that. It's all about having the means, and it's all about showing that brotherhood. Salaki. Salaki, 1 second. 1 second. Salakia. Yeah, like I was saying, let me get this out the way. Like I was saying, forgive your brother. Show love to your brother. Don't act like you better than your brother, or you can if you have any grudges, if you have any ill taste towards your brother, you can pull up to the side, bring that out, because if you don't, you would just be harboring that within, and you will be the only one that know that you have a problem with something if you don't bring it to that brother's attention. So I can't. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I want to start off by going to Matthew 25 and 40. Let me get there. Matthew 25 and 40. So, like, yeah, this is it's new for me. You know, I just got switched to Tuesday's class. So, you know, Matthew 25 and 40. So, like, yeah, I want to drop that because I want to drop that and get Matthew 5 and 22. That was something that I need to ask Cap about. 5 and 22. Matthew 5 and verse 22. Wait till y'all got it, then I'm gonna read it. All right, gave y'all enough time. Make sure y'all check out Operation Reservation, which is coming up November 4th at the Neo Pit Pavilion in Menominee. Um, if you got extra clothes, if you got extra anything extra, because we are taking these items out there ourselves. If you have any, maybe an extra vehicle where we can transport these things. Damn, I usually have cards on me. So lucky, yeah, it was a car. Okay, so lucky. Have anything extra to donate? If you could hit that number that's on the card. If you could, I'm gonna just say it if y'all didn't see it. The phone number is 414-293-2335. Call that number if you want to donate anything. Anything helps, whether it be baby wipes, sweaters, coats, t-shirts that's too big, tennis shoes, um, pants, things of that nature, diapers, tissue, even anything helps. Food, if you want to donate some canned goods or something, we'll take that as well. But this is all going down November 4th at the Neo Pit Pavilion. Operation Reservation. Donate and we'll take it on. Also, if you can make it to the Houston Cookout, November 23rd, it's going to be lit out there. That's where brotherhood happens at, when everybody gathers together. Brotherhood is going to be out there majorly November 23rd through the 26th. And also, let me make this announcement too. The Passover, the 55th annual Passover, April 20th, going down in Durham, North Carolina. Now, we in Milwaukee, so it took us a good, I'd say about 13, 14 hours to drive there. So if you anywhere near Milwaukee, that's how long it's going to take you to drive there. So I recommend what I recommend, because I only did it once, but what I recommend, and then also that's a good way to see a little bit of the country if you do so happen to drive. That's a good way to see the country driving. We went through Ohio, Virginia, just different states where we can see like the horizons, the mountains. That's it's a good thing to drive, but if you have the means, I recommend catching a flight because I don't know if I could take that 14-hour drive again. But that's neither here nor there. 55th annual Passover, April 20th, Durham, North Carolina. Be there. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see the most glorious garments. That's where the ultimate brotherhood happens. Commanding General Yohanan, General Yohanan, all the captains. Like if I said before, glorious garments. The women wearing the most glorious dresses, shining. You ain't this what you not gonna see there. A bunch of weed smoke, a friction of any kind, especially if you're in the Isupk. No type of friction. If it is, we take care of that. Get that out of here. Drug dealing, fighting, messing up the venue. This what you are gonna see though. Brotherhood, sisterhood, a great time, great brotherhood, great sisterhood, pictures, glorious garments, glorious dresses, and lamb. You definitely gonna see some lamb there. So ISUPK 55th annual Passover, April 20th. Be there. I'm gonna be there for sure. And let's get back to these scriptures. Matthew chapter 5 and verse, what I say, 40, chapter 5 and 22, Salaki. If y'all don't get there, I got there. And it reads, 22. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 22. But, and this is the Lord speaking because the words are in red. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without cause shall be in danger of the judgment. Now let me break that down real quick. Salakia. Now that means if a brother offends you, you are the only one that feels offended. The brother don't know you offended. How would he know that you offended if you don't tell him? If it's just going back and forth through your mind, it says, "Whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause." Now he probably didn't really do anything. You just feel offended in your mind. It's really not a cause to feel offended, but you just feel that you offended in your mind. Now you wrestling back and forth with this with your own self, but you haven't told that brother. You are in danger of the judgment. Meaning, if somebody offends you, you have to go to that brother, pull him aside. Don't do a bunch of yelling. Don't put a whole bunch of feelings into it. Speak as a man. Hey, this what you did. I feel offended, or this what you did that caused me to feel offended, and I just want to let you know that you offended me with by your actions of doing this. If that brother don't say Salaki, I didn't mean to offend you, it won't happen again. The issue is not resolved. So that brother has to say, of course, speak his piece. I didn't know you felt offended. I didn't mean to offend you. Just little things like that. You have to get that straight. Don't be feeling offended to yourself, because that can lead to other things. And I don't even want to speak on the other things that could happen, but other things could happen with just one brother feeling offended. So come to your brother, get that straight, then we can move on and continue with this brotherhood, continue with this work of the ISUPK. Now it says, let me read it again. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Rucka, shall be in danger of counsel. Meaning, if that issue is not resolved, that brother can call for a counsel on you about that offense. That brother can call counsel on you if it's not resolved, if you don't feel like it's resolved. You know? But whosoever shall say, thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire. That comes with the things that can happen. When I was saying, if that issue is not resolved with that brother that felt offended, or if you don't come to that brother and say you've been offended, certain other things can happen behind that. And that's not what we do here. We speak up as men. We tell people, we tell brothers when the other brothers offended us. The sisters tell each other when they feel offended. And that's a practice that we have to do if we want to keep this brotherhood going. If we want to come together like this, you know, two these make a fist. A power. We not as powerful if we feel like we individuals, but if we come together as you know, one fist, one body, one God, and we way more is the power that we can have is just so much more exceeding than one person feeling like they're an individual, or one person feeling like they offended so much that they have to put action behind being offended. Like that's not what that's something that cannot happen in here. Because if you feel offended, come to that brother. Hey, I feel offended that you did this, such and such, yada yada yada. You know, woo woo woo. What Chicago is saying, woo woo woo. He came to me like woo woo woo. Okay, right? So you have to let these brothers know that they did this and did that offended you, or it'll never be right. You'll always be thinking about that certain thing. Whenever you see this brother, you'll be thinking about that certain thing that happened, which you never brought to his attention. And I mean anything. I mean absolutely anything. Pull that brother aside. Hey, I felt offended when you did this, or you offended me when you did this. You know what I'm saying? I felt this kind of way. Then you'll have to meet in the middle, whether it be this side resolving it, this side, or this side acknowledging it. You know, just let it be known. If not, only one brother gonna be feeling offended, and then the other brother gonna feel like, the other brother not even gonna know about anything. He not even gonna know that you felt offended if you don't tell that brother. So that will be brotherhood. Tell that brother that you've been offended. Tell that sister. Well, I don't know if it's works the same for a sister, but sisters don't offend brothers up in here. This is the ISUPK. Men are men, women are women. Two genders. That's all, you know. So I'm gonna read that one more time before we move on, because that's a big part of being in the brotherhood. Not being in the brotherhood, showing brotherhood, letting that man know that you can't be offended without a cause. If you sitting back and somebody's just doing something over there and that offends you, you shouldn't be in here, brother, because you're easily offended. You have to get your emotions in check. You have to get your feelings. I don't want to say feelings in check, but you have to get your I was just about to say it again. Feelings in check. You have to get right with yourself, because men shouldn't have a bunch of feelings up in here. Because men know what it is. It's either this or it's either that. Ain't no in between. Ain't no feeling like feeling. Ain't nothing. That's something for, leave that to the ladies. That whole feelings thing, getting in your feelings, leave that for the ladies. You know what I mean? Men should say what it is, and this what it shall be. Um, Now, I'm not saying that men don't have feelings. I'm just saying a lot of things that happen shouldn't get you in your feelings. It shouldn't have you wearing your feelings on your sleeve. It shouldn't have you, in your feelings so much to where everybody else sees. You know, as men, you should have minimum feelings and maximum logic, if that makes any sense. Minimal feelings, maximum logic. Because it's the opposite with the sisters. Women have, and I might I don't even know I should say that. I don't even know if I say that, so I'm not gonna say it. But women lead with feelings. Women feel. It's women with the feelings. So you should lead that to the women with the feelings. Um, yeah, and I'm gonna read that one more time. Salakia to the sisters out there. I don't mean to do that, but Salakia. But I didn't do anything, so don't be pulling me aside talking about you offended. But I'm gonna read that one more time, then we're gonna move on. So like here, we're gonna move on to. We're gonna try Mark chapter 12 and 31. After this, Mark chapter 12 and 31. But this, I'm gonna read the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 22 one more time. Now, this has everything to do with brotherhood. If somebody offends you, don't hold it in, brother, sister, because when you see that person that offends you, when you see that person, it's gonna always be on your mind. That's the first thing that's gonna pop up on your mind. If you don't let that man know, if y'all don't resolve that thing, it's gonna always be on your mind. So. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, and verse 22. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of judgment. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Rucka, shall be in danger of counsel. But whosoever shall say, Thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire. Meaning, don't be angry with your brother without a legitimate cause. Don't bring no pettiness. It has to be legitimate, solid, Then you will actually have a cause. If it's nothing, then let it be nothing. If it's something, then come to your brother with something. If that makes any sense. Don't be angry with your brother without cause, or you're going to be in danger of judgment. And don't call your brother a fool. This is what usually happens. Well, this will happen sometimes. A brother offends a brother. The brother that's offended don't say nothing, right? So the next time he see that other brother, he thinking, dude, a fool. Dude, slacking. Dude don't know what he's talking about. It formulates other thoughts in that brother that's offended. It formulates other thoughts in his mind. When he see that other brother, anything he say, he says, "Oh, he a fool." Don't trust him. Don't listen to dude. You know what I'm saying? That's because you've been offended in the past and you didn't mention it. But if you mention the things that he offended you with, if you mention, if you pull that brother to the side, y'all hash it out, then it won't be no other thoughts occurring because y'all, hashed it out. Either that brother apologized or that brother, forgave that brother and, moved on, because this thing that we got here is bigger than any kind of friction that you can have. So that's why it's so important to bring your brother or bring your sister aside. Hey, you did this. Salaki, you did this. I felt offended. That brother look at it. I didn't mean to do that. I apologize if that offended you. Woo, woo, woo. Yada, yada, yada. Then they, dap it up, hug it out. Whatever the case, then we move on to this business that we got here. This is business, work that we have here within these scriptures that we have to do to move on. And if something on your mind against your brother and you trying to, get through these scriptures, you always gonna think of that when you see that brother. So that's why it's so important to hash that out. That's why it's so important to get past that, because you don't want to see that brother every time and think you thinking about the situation that occurred. That's not brotherhood. Brotherhood is getting with that brother, pulling them to the side, saying this and saying that. Both of y'all say what's up, say your side, then come together, apologize, then hash it out so we can get to this work of the Lord. That's what brotherhood is. You know what I'm saying? And I said we're gonna move on from this and go to Mark chapter 12 and verse 31. So let me get there. Mark chapter 12, verse 31. Mark chapter 12, verse 31. Wait till y'all get there, and I'm going to say, hey, pay your tithes, Israel. Pay your tithes. Get to a place where you can, I know some of us out here is struggling. Some of us out here is, whatever the case may be, short on money. I'm going to take it to what the pastor used to say. Money looking funny, credit won't get it. Change looking strange. But pay your tithes, Israel. That's something that I learned from Amungabar Salakia. He'd say that in between his classes. Pay your tithes, Israel. And that's what I'm gonna say. Pay your tithes, Israel. Now we're gonna get Mark chapter 12 and verse 31. I hope y'all there, because I'm about to read it. Salakia. Yeah, I was just flipping through my notes, but I didn't see anything that I should mention just yet. I think this is a good one. I'm gonna bring that out next. Okay. So this is the book of Mark, chapter 12 and verse 30. We're going to start at verse 30. Mark chapter 12 and verse 30. And we're going to start at 20. We're going to start at 20. We're going to start at 28. Mark chapter 12, verse 28. And one of the scribes came, and having heard them reasoning together, and perceiving that he had answered them well, asked him, which is the first commandment of all? Verse 29. And Yahushua answered him, the first of all the commandments is hear, O Israel. Now I want to stop right there. When it says, "Hear, O Israel," it's not talking to none other nations, zero other nations outside of the 12 tribes of Israel. Because Jacob's name was changed to Israel in Genesis. Paraphrasing, of course, but Jacob name, I think I'm gonna get that for you too. Let me write that down because a reminder. Jacob name was changed in Genesis to Israel. I'm gonna get that right after this scripture. It says, "Hear, O Israel, no other nation but the 12 tribes of Israel. The Lord, our power, is one Lord." Verse 30. "And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind, and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment." That's self-explanatory. I don't have to break that down. You can get exactly what it's saying from that scripture. Is no metaphors there. Love thy God with all thy heart, all thy mind, all thy strength, all thy soul. Put everything you have into this. It's self-explanatory. I don't have to elaborate on that. I don't have to. It breaks itself down. Some of these scriptures does that. If that's the common sense. That's where common sense kicks in. Now, if you have further questions, then that's something different. But verse 30, it breaks itself down. If that makes any sense. Verse 31. "And the second is like, namely this: thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself." Now, this is something that definitely needs breaking down. When it says, Salakia, hold for a second. When it says, "Love thy neighbor as thyself," it's not talking about the white man that lives directly next door to you. It's not talking about the Somalian or the African that lives right next door to you. It's not talking about the Arab that lives directly next door to you. It's talking about thy neighbor, meaning, from my understanding, thy neighboring tribes, 12 tribes of Israel. So let me get that real quick. Let me just get that real fast. Salakia. Let me get that real fast. Right here. Okay. Says, "Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself," which is the Negroes shall love the West Indians the West Indians shall love the Haitians. The Haitians shall love the Dominicans. The Dominicans shall love the people in Guatemala to Panama. The people in Guatemala to Panama shall love the Puerto Rico. People in Puerto Rico should love the Cubans. Cubans should love the North American Indians. The North American Indians should love the Seminole Indians. Seminole Indians should love Colombians to Uruguay. And the Colombians to Uruguay should love the Mexicans. And the Mexicans should love Argentina to Chileans. All, of course, if they of the tribe. Now, the white man that was born in Puerto Rico or Cuba, We know that that's the white man. That's not who we talking about. We talking about the original people of the land. We know that the so-called white man was in the Caucasus Mountain. I can never say that word. The Caucasus Mountains. That's why they named themselves Caucasian, from the Caucasus Mountains up in Europe, Russia, more in the cold places. That goes back to physical. If they nose is pointy, then that mean they can. That's I can't think of where I learned that from, but if they nose is more pointed down, like pointed, then they mean they can withstand more colder climates. As far as if your nose is wider, then that means you could stand more heat climates. If that makes any sense. But neighboring tribes should love the neighboring tribes. Also, if the Negroes live next to the Negroes, love them as yourself. If you know, and vice versa. If West Indians stay next to West Indians, then they should love each other like that. Neighbor do not mean physical people that live next door to you, because a heathen can live next door to you. And you don't want to love them. You don't want to make marriages with them. You don't want to, certain things you don't want to do with these people, because that's not brotherhood. That's something else. Brotherhood is tribal. 12 tribes should love the 12 tribes. Anything outside of that, that's not brotherhood. That's why it says love thy neighbor as yourself. And I'm breaking that down. Thy neighboring tribe. Even thy neighbor as thy own tribe. Love one another. Treat them as you would treat yourself. We are the same people. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There is none other commandment greater than these. Meaning the first two commandments, it's no commandment greater than these. Are the first two greatest commandments that shall happen. You have to love thy neighbor as you love yourself, thy neighboring tribe, not thy neighboring heathen, not some African that lives next door to you that offers to cut your grass every now and then or whatever. Well, I don't even think me personally, I've never lived beside a heathen. That's me personally. I never lived next door to a heathen. I always lived next door to Judah. I lived next door to some Puerto Ricans before, but that's what it means when it says love thy neighbor as thyself. Show that brotherhood with the neighboring tribe. Show them that you don't hate them by loving them as you would love yourself. If that makes any sense. Show them that you are no threat to them. You actually want to help them. And vice versa. Each tribe should show, if y'all live close together, show each other that y'all, here for each other. You know what I mean? And I forgot to say the specifics. Judah is the Negroes. Benjamin is the West Indians. Levi is the Haitians. Seminole Indians, Salakia. Simeon is Dominicans. Zebulon is Guatemala to Panama. Ephraim is the Puerto Ricans. Manasseh is Cubans. Gad is North American Indians. Reuben is Seminole Indians. Asher is Colombians to Uruguay. Issachar is the Mexicans. Naphtali is the Argentinians to the Chileans. Like, we have to come together as and show that brotherhood, show that connection, show that we can come together. Because I know it'd be a lot of bickering and fighting amongst the tribes, where there'd be Puerto Ricans not liking Mexicans, or Jamaicans not liking Haitians, or just little things like that. We have to overlook that and show that brotherhood that we can. because that's the one thing, Salakia, that's the one thing that the so-called white man puts in our face. Rap music, I guess what you would call a hierarchy of neighborhoods, meaning they stay in a nicer neighborhood, so they don't like the people that stay in the bad neighborhood. Or he puts these tools in place to make us war with each other, which we have to say later for all them tools. Forget about what he got going on and come together. Stop. Can't say it no. So can't say it no more. I said to my voice get hoarse. Don't celebrate these birthdays, these holidays, these days that doesn't mean anything. It comes right back. It's like it's repetitive. You buy, you spend, you and like I said before in my other class, these holidays was built on bloodshed, built on negativity, in bad areas. So once something it started on that. So once something been started on negativity, that's what it always represents. It can never be cleaned up. But that's why the white man is the devil that the Bible speak of, because he tries to change these things. Oh, it's for the kids. Oh, um, it's okay to celebrate these days. This when the family comes together, which the Bible has high holy days. Those are the days that the family should come together. Those are the days that you should show that. I don't know if it's a word, but I'm gonna make it a word right now. Familyhood. Those are the days you just show that familyhood. Come together on high holy days. Forgive your brother. Get that brother a call. Get that sister a call on these high holy days, just to say what's up or just to make sure they doing all right. Um, that's what these high holy days are for, to show that brotherhood, to show that respect unto the Most High, to show that we ain't forgot about these high holy days, you know. And Salaki, I'm paraphrasing, but Christmas is in the Bible as a vain custom. That's vain. It's a very vain custom to keep Christmas, because it doesn't do nothing but you showing praise to a tree, you bringing gifts to a tree. And I don't want to hear about it's for the kids and not, but it's in the Bible as a vain custom, so that's definitely something we should stay away from. I'm gonna read this one more time, and then I'm gonna go to Jacob's name was changed right in Genesis. Just to throw that in there, because I mentioned it, so I'm gonna have to break that down. Or it doesn't. That's another scripture that doesn't really need breaking down, because what it says is what it says. Let me get that real quick before I read it. Salaki. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Salakia. Okay, I got it. Now I'm gonna read this one more time, and then I'm gonna go into Genesis. 32 and 28. Genesis 32 and 28. Let me write that down also. Okay. This is the book of Mark, chapter 12 and verse 31. And the second is like, namely this: thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There is none other commandment greater than these. Like I said before, thy neighbor is thy neighboring tribe, your tribe and thy neighboring tribe. And also within the tribes. If you Judah and you got Asher next door to you, treat them people as they yourself. Love them people as yourself. That's what the scripture says. If you Simeon and you got and Manasseh living next door to you, love them like you would love yourself. Even though that's very rare for Manasseh to be living next to Benjamin. I mean, for Manasseh to be living next to Simeon. I've never heard of it. I've never seen it. But if that is the case, treat that brother or sister like they are your own. Protect them and break bread with them like they're your own. That's what the scripture says. Now we're going to drop that and go to Genesis 32 and 28 real quick, just to show that Jacob's name was changed to Israel really quickly. 32, 28. Wait till y'all get there. Operation Reservation, November 4th at the Neo Pit Pavilion. We taking donations. Anything will help. Your old clothes, your old baby clothes, canned goods, diapers, wipes, tennis shoes, things of this nature where it's just sitting in your closet collecting dust. Go deep in your closet, dust that stuff off, wash it, of course, and present it as a donation. We will take it. So, we are at the book of Genesis, chapter 32, and verse 28. And it reads, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 32, verse 28. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince hast thou power with God and with men, and hast prevailed. That's when his name was changed to Israel. That's why we say we the 12 tribes of Israel. If his name was never changed, we would say we the Jacobites. That don't even sound right. So we the Israelites that the Bible speak of. The white man is the devil that the Bible speak of. You know why he's the devil that the Bible speak of? All the destruction that he's did upon this earth. All the destruction that he's did unto the Israelites. Pillage, robbing, the list goes on and on. But then you know what he does? He puts all his negativity onto the 12 tribes and act like we did that stuff first, which is an absolute lie. We just read 30 Genesis verse 32 and 28, and we read why. I mean, not why, but when Jacob's name was changed to Israel. I read that because in Mark 12 and we started at 28, it talks about Israel. Now was letting you know that uh, Jacob's name was changed to Israel. That's why when it talks about Israel, I know some of y'all had questions out there. Well, who is Israel? I thought it was Jacob, but we just read his name was changed to Israel from Jacob in Genesis 32 and 28. That's why we are the Israelites that the Bible speak of. Now I want to drop that and get the book of John, chapter 15 and verse 12. Let me get there. The book of John. The book of John. Hold up. The book of John, chapter 15, verse 12. Regular John, not First John. Regular John. The book of John, chapter 15 and verse 12. Wait till y'all get there. Pay them tithes, Israel. We got the Houston Cookout coming November 23rd through the 26th. You know, if you can, if you have the means, be there. It's going to be big brotherhood and big sisterhood. I would like to see how them sisters throw down there in Texas, because I know up here, Milwaukee, Chicago, Minnesota, we good. These sisters up here can throw down with the best of them. Now, I personally would like to issue this challenge to Chicago's camp. Now, this ain't got nothing to do with this. This is a sidebar. I would like to issue a challenge to Chicago camp, if I could. A cook-off between the sisters in Milwaukee and the sisters in Chicago to see who's better. I know our sisters can throw down. You know, that's why this might be a challenge to y'all. Friendly, you know, just friendly competition, you know. When y'all lose, no hard feelings, you know. It's a lot, yeah. But back to the matter at hand. The book of John, chapter 15 and verse 12. Just want to throw that out there for you sisters out there. If you brothers heard that, get that to your wives, get that to the sisters out there. Challenge made. You know what I'm saying? But this is the book of John, chapter 15 and verse 12. Now, the words aren't read, so that means the Lord is speaking. Hold on, Salaki. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. Now, that's the Lord saying that. So, let me break that down real quick. The Lord is saying, again, love thy brother or thy sister as he have loved us. Now, we have to show that we can forget about these minor disagreements. We can forget about these minor grudges. These ain't nothing life if this is nothing life threatening to one another, where we should be able to forgive that, because if we can't, we just being petty. We just, like I read in a couple scriptures ago, being angry with our brother or sister without cause. We have to forgive our sisters and our brothers. That's the only way we're going to be able to gather together in peace and get up out of here because this place is falling. America is falling. And Salakia sidebar, I think that's something Joe Biden is trying to hide. He is trying to make it like ain't nothing really going on, but he moving a lot of immigrants and things of that nature in the country. He's suppressing these kidnappings and mass kidnappings that's happening. He is only trying to keep us focused on one war that's happening, which is in Israel. When we know there is a lot of wars going on throughout the earth. The earth is in turmoil at this time. But he's trying to keep us focused on one war specifically when we know that we should be preparing. We should be, the only way the preparing starts with forgiving our brother, forgiving our sister. That's when you can fully direct your attention to preparing and gathering together and putting these differences aside for a greater I didn't want to say agenda, for a greater purpose to survive, to make sure our Lord and Savior comes back, to make sure that we live in righteous so he can look upon our people and be I don't want to say impressed. What's the word I'm looking for? Look upon our people and see that we actually believe in him, believe in this word, and we actually doing the work. We're actually putting forth effort to come together, to put all our differences aside for a greater good, for a greater thing that's better than us ourselves, if that makes any sense. This is our chance to for this is our chance to put our differences aside. Zephaniah 2:1 says, gather yourselves together. This is our chance to forgive our brothers and our sisters, especially over minor things. And when it's minor things, it's something that yourself you should be able to say, man, I'm over that. But if it's moderate things, then that's something. If it's moderate and advanced things, that's something that has to be talked about. If it's advanced, that's something that has to be talked about, not only between y'all, but having that counsel to get these things straight, to make sure these things won't happen again. If it's minor, you or the other parties should be like, that wasn't nothing. If it's moderate, that means in the middle, then that's something that y'all have to come together and talk about. Voice that opinion, voice that thing that offended you, voice that thing that anything, if anything offended you and it rubbed you the wrong way, voice those opinions. And if it's advanced, something that can't be hashed out by you two alone, then that's when you have to take it to that council. Council is something that's very helpful. It can show this party what they was talking about and show this party what he was talking about without the arguments, without the friction, without the yelling matches, if that makes any sense. Because it's somebody, okay, say this side and this side, then it's the counselor in the middle. Maybe it's two counselors. Both of these counselors are in the middle to deviate, what's that and what's this, to sort everything out, because advanced problems, you have to take it to counsel. If it's moderate problems that you can talk about, then don't even involve counsel. Y'all can talk that out amongst each other. Minor things, you should be able to put that stuff to the side. That would be showing brotherhood right there. That would be showing that, hey, I'm willing to work on this. Are you willing to work on it? I'm willing to put these things aside and continue on pushing this Bible. I'm willing to get these negative thoughts out my head because it's just been bothering me so much, so so to the point where every time you see a person, you think of that thing. So certain these things have to be hashed out in order to move on. And that will be showing brotherhood. That will be showing sisterhood. That will be showing everybody that you matured or maturing. Um, yeah, that's just showing that brotherhood, man. Just you know, I know it takes discipline. It takes for you to put that pride aside. It takes a lot to especially if you were the one that was offended. It takes a lot to forgive another person. That's why talking it out, that can be that's a healing factor. Talking it out. Um, if you can't get past it by talking it out, then that's when you involve the counsel. But I try to keep it as far as brotherhood. I don't want to go to counsel with my brother. We should be able to, hash this out. But if we can't hash it out, and I feel like it's not what I've said is not resonating with you, or what I said to you and it's not changing, or what I've said, if I feel like it went over your head, or if I feel like it just went in one ear and out the other, then that's when you involve counsel. And that's the thing that shows brotherhood, that you willing to go through steps with this. You willing to do anything it takes to hash out that relationship between one another. You know what I mean? Um, it just takes effort and discipline, and putting that pride aside, where one person offended, they say, I ain't saying nothing unless he say something. I ain't gonna say nothing unless they say something. That's not brotherhood. That's holding a grudge. And that's something that me personally I had to learn coming into the ISUPK. You can't hold them grudges if you wanna build this school, build this nation, if you wanna just move forward instead of staying in the same place. You can't hold these grudges. These things have to be talked about. I mean, talked out, hashed out, smoothed out, or it's just it's not good for the either one of y'all. Like I said, every time you see that brother or that sister, you're gonna be thinking about that thing that offended you, and it ain't nothing good about that thing where it can go. It can go negatively if you don't hash it out. Now, I want to move on from Mark, because that's another scripture that's self-explanatory if you ask me, because it says it plainly. I mean, move on from John Salaki. John chapter 15 and verse 12. We'll read it one more time, then we're going to move on to Luke chapter 6 and verse 31. But this is the book of John, chapter 15 and verse 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. Now that's self-explanatory, but it can be broken down. Like I said, if you want the Lord to love you, if you want the Lord to see that you can forgive your brother, then this is something that you have to do. Love that brother like you love yourself. Say that you're willing to die for this brother or willing to die for this sister, and at the same time that you're willing to live for these people, because that's the same. That's what showing brotherhood and sisterhood is all about. So like showing that you're willing to put your life on the line for this truth and for them. Because if not, who else gonna do it? We got many obstacles that's put in our way throughout our daily life, whether it be financial situations, the media influencing decisions, kids can be involved, worldly people, people that don't know the truth, or if they do and they not in here, they don't know the truth. Don't be hesitant on coming in the truth. It's either you all in or you all out. And that's just a few things. Um, yeah, not to mention spiritually, which Satan is in your ear, demons in your head. You know, you have to. I don't want to say suppress those. You have to block those demons out, because once you give in to those demons, things happen where it's out of your control now. You will do things that's way out of your character or whatever. Then you'll be thinking to yourself, I can't believe I did that, because you let these demons win. You have to put that pride aside and just forgive your brother. Put that pride aside and forgive your sister. Uh, and if they your worldly sister and worldly brother, show them that you have changed. Show them change when you come into the ISUPK. Show them that you, not only that you've changed, tell them, hey, you can do it too. Even though I know that you have these demons on you, whether it be drugs, food demons. It's food demons out there. It's a drama demon that just want to keep you in drama. Um, what you call that? Procrastination demons. That's a big one. Um, and of course, lazy demons. And the list goes on and on. You have to be able to overcome that stuff if you want to come into the ISUBK and show that brotherhood, show that sisterhood. Another one, selfishness, selfish demons, things of that nature. You have to be able to see like a bigger picture, because it's bigger than me. It's bigger than individuality. We have to come together as a nation. We have to come together and show these other nations that we can, because even though so many obstacles are in our way, that we can overcome all that and bring it back to square one, and love one another and come together, and then show them, no, y'all can't come in here. No, we doing something else over here. You ain't a part of this. You know, put that hand out to block these heathens, because we shouldn't be joined with them anyway. Salaki, hold on, something popped up on the screen. Move that down. Okay, we good. We good. Now I'm gonna read that one more time, then I'm gonna move on to Luke chapter 6 and verse 31. But this is the book of, I think I did this already, but it won't hurt to read it again. This is the book of John, chapter 15 and verse 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. That's a commandment. You can't go around that. When it says it's a commandment, you can't go around that. And I know that's something that Christians do a lot. When it says thou shalt not, Christians, they do when it says thou shalt not, and that's something crazy to me. But this says, this is a commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. Now, if you want the Lord to forgive you, to forgive certain things that you've done, then you have to love your brother and forgive certain things that he's done. Love your sister and forgive certain things that they've done. It's like a clean slate. Once you come in here in the ISUPK, you know, you study, you get approved, you get your Hebrew name. All the things of the past is wiped clean, because you're a new person once you get your Hebrew name. I had to learn that personally. So forgive your brother, forgive your sister, man. We're gonna drop that and get John chapter 6 and verse 31. I mean, Salakia. Luke chapter 6 and verse 31. Salakia. Like we already in John. Luke, which is, if I'm not mistaken, right before that, right before John. Luke chapter 6 and verse 31. Luke chapter 6 and verse 31. I'm gonna wait till everybody get there for a second, and I'm gonna reiterate again. Hey, Operation Reservation. We taking donations. That just rhyme. Operation Reservation. We taking donations. You know, this is not a vacation. No, so like, yeah, Operation Reservation coming up November 4th. Donate what you can. If your kids got clothes that's too small for them, we'll take them. If you got clothes that's too small for you, we'll take them. If your Grams throwing some of her old clothes out, we will take them. Spread the word. We need as much as we can to donate to these people out here in the reservation, to our brothers, to our sisters out here on these reservations. It's cold out. It's about to get cold in Milwaukee. What is this, November, October? Yeah, it get cold right around, I say November 15th, somewhere around there. That's when it started. You know, it felt good today. About the temperature was about 75, but around November 10th through the 15th, that little window, that's when it started getting very cold, very very cold out here. Uh, but we'll take those clothes that your grandpops, if he got clothes that he don't wear, suits, we taking suits, dresses, you know what I'm saying? Anything that can possibly be donated, we taking those things. We will use them wisely. This stuff is not going to waste. These people, I don't mean if that's being unbrotherly saying these people. I'm gonna stop saying these people. Say our brothers and our sisters out here on this reservation need these clothes. These people, see, see, I gotta get that out of my head. These brothers, these sisters need these donations, and we taking them. We taking these donations out there, feeding them. I said feeding them. Salakia. You know, setting up shop, and you know, as the donation, giving the donations out. I'm pretty sure. Salakia. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be it's gonna be footage of the whole event. I'm gonna try to have my camera out there if I could. Yeah, but the donations will greatly be appreciated. If you have any donations out there, this is the number that you call: 414 293 2335. That's 414 293 2335. We'll come through, pick up those donations. You know, we're gonna have footage of giving the donations away. You know, we're gonna have hot cocoa out there. Trying to do soup this year. Yeah, anything helps. I don't know. I don't know if toys are included, but most likely they is. Donate the toys. Don't throw them joints away. We'll take them. Donate them joints. We'll take everything if you got it. Salakia. This is the book of Luke, chapter 6, and verse 31. And as ye would, Salakia, hold on. I'm going to start at verse 30, and the words are in red, so you know that the Lord is speaking. This is the book of Luke, chapter 6, and verse 30. It says, give to every man that asketh of thee, and of him that taketh away thy goods, ask them not again. When it says give to every man that asketh of thee, this is explaining to the tribes. If a man asks you, and this is if you have it, if a man asks you and you have an abundance, or you have extras, or you have leftovers, or if you have anything that can be given, give to that man, give to that sister, give to that brother. But and of him that taketh away the goods, ask them not again. If you know that a man has an abundance, he has a lot, he has more than what he can, more than what other people have, and he's still taking in, don't ask that man no more for anything. That's what the scripture said. Verse 31. And as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise. Meaning, we read this in a couple of scriptures before. Love, do unto the brother as the brother did to you. Love that brother so that brother can love you. Do unto people as you want to be done to you. That's simple. It's very simple. Like the scripture said before, you should show that love to your brother. Show him that you love him so he can show him that he loves you, and vice versa. So we all can come together to get the hell up out of here. This place is about to be taken down by fire and brimstone. I will love to be one of them families to get on that chariot and get up out of here. Be set in my own land. And have an abundance of, cows, sheep, just like a farmland where I can, make crops, or to help people. I just want, that's one of my things that I always wanted to do, is have a farm. Ever since I was little, when we used to go, like uh as a little one, we used to take trips from, like, in Milwaukee, we used to take road trips down to Atlanta. Now that's about 13, 14 hour drive or whatever. You can see a lot of the land, and we would drive past a lot of farms and things. We would see horses and cows and, sheep, things of that nature. I always wanted to, work on a farm. So I think that would be something that it can help me, and it can help me, and it can help so like it can help me, and it can help me help others, if that makes any sense. It can help me tremendously, and it can help me help others in a big way, whether it be providing food or shelter, or just anything that can help our people. Like I want to do something that help our people in abundance, or something that's definite, that it can definitely help our people. Growing crops, maintaining crops, collecting the things that we grew. Like I want to be a part of something like that. You know what I mean? And that got a big thing to do with, just treating brothers how I want to be treated. I would like somebody to, help me like that or show me the way to get that done. That's just brotherhood. Brotherhood comes with not thinking about yourself. Brotherhood comes with just no selfish ways. You know, and that's something that you have to learn coming in here. Don't be selfish. Show that brother that you love him. Show that sister that you love him. If you offended, bring that brother, bring that sister to the side. Hey, you did this. And if that brother should say, okay, I apologize for this, dap it up, move on from that. They shouldn't happen again. If it happens again, bring them to the side. You did this, and this. If that brother not hearing, then that's when it goes up to counsel. You know, I was offended by that. I don't know how that counsel happened because I don't know how that counsel goes because I've never been in one of those councils. It's showing brotherhood and major sisterhood in here, not showing no selfishness. And with that, this is the Isupk coming out of 1 West Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Yohana. And we are not affiliated with no other Israelite groups, period. No group, period. Be on the lookout for Operation Reservation, November 4th, Neo Pit Pavilion. Donate what you can. Houston Cookout, November 23rd through 26th. And after that, the 55th annual Passover, April 20th in Durham, North Carolina. Be there or be out of the Isupk. No, so like, if you in the Isupk, you definitely gonna be there. So Durham, North Carolina, April 20th, 55th annual Passover. Be there. You know, I am Officer Kananya. Shalom, Israel.